we're actually reviewing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre today, which I guess is like it's a sequel to the original. They're doing the Halloween route from 2018, and what everyone's copying now. What do they call that? A requel?
A requel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned that in Scream. I still don't know the definition of that.
Yeah, they just kind of like reboot it like softly and just acknowledge some of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't like, that really made me sad in Halloween that they
erased all
because
I really like 4, and it's a shame that it's non-existent anymore.
Oh, I love 4
and
5.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Texas Chainsaw because that's why you clicked on this video.
Yeah, and this one, I think that they went to like I said, they went the Halloween route, but they made Leatherface like Michael Myers. Did you guys get that feeling watching?
The one and I like the movie, so I want to put that up front. But the one and only thing I bumped into was the age. If this was supposed to be a sequel to one all these years later, he didn't even have gray hair. Like, I don't understand why he was so young. And then Sally, who was supposed to be the final girl from the first one, she was older, you could tell. But still, like, she didn't look as old as she should be either. But, again, the minor details.
I think she looked like she was probably in her 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, good. I mean, I'll be in a wheelchair by the time I'm set, if I even make it to 70.
Yeah, I'm dead.
But the fact that she was still working.
Yeah, she's running around.
A ranger and so old is kind of...
She looked good in a cowboy hat.
She did look good in a cowboy hat.
Well, what is she? She was, that one scene, she was slaughtering a pig, I guess, right?
Yeah, she was gutting.
It kind of looked like a body at first, but I'm pretty sure it was a pig.
It was a pig, yeah.
I thought originally the phone call was... I didn't realize who that was at first. I thought that was going to be like another part of Leatherface's family. Like maybe a sister or something like that, but...
Yeah, and you said that the girl who played the I guess the foster mom or whatever from the home.
Yeah, Mrs. C. She actually was in Sleepwalkers and Silent Hill. She's the mom in Sleepwalkers, the creepy mom, and then I'm pretty sure the creepy religious lady in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Sleepwalkers a lot, so actually it's
that was a good one.
Yeah, you had good Mark Hamill cameo in that for all your Star Wars fans in there. But in this movie, what we get is a lot more gore and violence than even like the original. Like it felt almost like even Fate turned to me when we were watching like a Hostel movie almost.
Yeah, that bus scene, that was the best part of the movie, but that they really, really put all their money into that one scene, it looks like, because there was the body count was very high.
Yeah, for the original was not like that, right?
See, the original, it was a little different. Like, he took his time with the bodies. Like, cut off the limbs, hooked them up on hooks, and it was a little, like, this was definitely a bloodbath. There's a lot more deaths, but I just feel like the originals were a little more like, ooh, like, I would have to look away. Like,
yeah.
But Leatherface was also, he wasn't the brains, he always had his brother or the uncle, or whatever the hell the other characters were to him. They were the brains just kind of telling him what to do. He was really just the muscle. So in this one, he was just kind of...
He was more like an entity, almost.
He was on his own, doing his own thing. I guess they flipped the script.
Well, they also said that he was the last one left. So, and I guess they were trying to say that he was the youngest one of the family back then.
But again, if he looked like he didn't age a day, but hey.
Watching this really made me feel like he didn't want to do the killing. Like, he was kind of just kind of being controlled by his family, like you said, the muscle of his family. And because if this foster lady was able to take him down a couple of notches, so where he's not murdering everybody he sees, like that when she was just, or can we say spoilers?
Yeah, we're going spoilers now.
Okay, when she was vomiting and everybody was around her, I really thought he was just going to come down and start murdering everybody right then and there. Yeah. But the fact that he was just still like laid back and calm, which just made me feel like, he didn't want to do this. How like Michael Myers in the original ones is controlled by the cult and doesn't really, when he's a tears coming down in one scene. I think there was like number 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole 5 with
5.
the
Yeah.
cult.
Like it's like he was being controlled by them, and he didn't really want to do it. And then her dying kind of
set him
the
off.
beast.
Flip the switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the girls, the 2 sisters, they felt bad because, like, as we find out throughout the movie, that was her house, and she had the deed, and they were kicking her out of her house, so she had every reason to be upset. Mm-hmm. And now he's upset, and you've upset the wrong person. That was for sure.
So overall, I think the movie was good. I think the short runtime, a nice quick. I think it was less than 90 minutes.
It was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, and this is the kind of movie it needed to be. It felt like a slasher, it felt like an old school slasher movie, where in a sense, like, you don't get too invested in the characters. So Kamala, you were saying it's actually pretty topical, like with politics in the world today, also, which is weird for a movie like this that felt like it was just dumped on Netflix.
Yeah, it was just right away. I when I saw the 2 girls and she's scrolling on her phone and you see the gunshot wound in her chest, I'm like, they're definitely going for gun control. It's definitely going a political route, and then all these influencers and stuff, and the cancel culture. You know, when they're on the bus and he said, you know, you're going to be canceled. No, asshole. You're getting canceled right now.
Yeah, they tried to make that one white guy seem like a super racist, and then it turned out he's like
the guy in the Dodge.
Yeah, I loved him.
The movie was very predictable. It wasn't bad. Like, I knew right away. The first time I was like, that's going to be the final girl for sure.
Well,
and then when the blonde girl got in the truck, I was like, she's dead. And then
the blonde girl was very obviously gonna die.
Yeah, the guy in the red Dodge. I forget his name. The cowboy-looking guy. Yeah, I thought he knew who they were, and like he knew Leatherface, and he.
It did seem like that, like he was gonna be a part of the family or something.
He seemed to be like the normal, the one that goes out and takes care of everything, while the freaks stay locked up in the house.
Yeah, I was really expecting like some more members of his family, or people that like now follow it, or like, you know, inbred rednecks. But I think they were trying to get away from that by like having that guy seem like that, and then he changed his whole like tune, like, you know, like he went and helped them all after.
Yeah.
So I really liked him. The whole movie, I'm like, don't die, don't die, don't die. And then he's like, oh, the way he died too. I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, anyone who died was brutal.
Oh, yeah, that one, I felt like he was a little bit more aggressive than the rest.
What, he stomp on, or he hit something into his leg.
Yeah,
he fucked up his.
He broke his leg first, and then he slammed the glass through his throat, and then he just bashed his brains in.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, that was a
brutal.
Oh, we're all T2 fans here. Did anyone else notice that when she was Elsa Fisher, actually from 8th grade, she's shooting him with the shotgun. She gets one shot in, he's backing up almost to the edge. Second shot in, he's backing up almost to the edge of
the water.
Yeah, and then the third shot, it didn't work.
Yeah,
I expected Robert Patrick with there you go. But instead, that what's it called came up and blew him away.
Well, speaking of references to other movies, did you think of The Shining on the bus when he blew through the door and he's looking through the door?
Oh yeah, I did think of that.
You know, I didn't. I actually didn't. I have to rewatch it now.
Didn't you watch it 3 times?
I did watch it 3 times.
So we actually all seem to like this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice little throwback. It's getting destroyed on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think the short run time really benefits it, and no one went into it expecting much, so I think it exceeded the low expectations. Again, it's not a 10 out of 10 movie. It's not the best in the series. Even the series itself is not the best out of all the horrors and slashers.
But it did feel like a Texas Chainsaw in the beginning. Like it felt hot. Like it felt like Texas. Like it felt like the heat in Texas. Like I was watching.
Well, they were in Texas, so.
Yeah,
you know, it was a fun watch too. It was enjoyable.
It was good. It was good.
Really can recommend this movie.
Yeah,
it's slightly longer than a 45-minute TV show episode. You know, so it's worth it.
Definitely worth it if you're a slasher or just a fan of horror in general. Don't go into this thinking like, oh, I'm getting the witch, but go into it thinking like, I'm getting a nice 80s slasher horror.
Yeah, if you're a slasher fan, this is right up your alley because you know what to expect.
You're not going to get attached to any of these characters.
No,
like you want to see him die, and guess what?
Nice. Yeah, the end scene.
Yeah,
another spoiler right here. So they're going off and I'm like, why do you? What was it? Cruise control? What is it when the car?
Yeah, cruise control.
Okay, so they
autopilot.
put the autopilot. So they're just slowly going off. I'm like, what are you doing? You peel out of there. You just go home.
Oh yeah.
And then the window breaks.
Yep.
He pulls her out and he decapitates her. And that to me was the best scene of the movie because the entire movie she was irritating to me. I
didn't really like. I wanted to see her die.
That was kind of a throwback to the first one. At the end of the first one, where he's doing that weird little.
But this time he's got a chainsaw and a head.
And he's just like, I got your sister. She's done.
And back to comparing it to 80s horror, no nudity.
No nudity.
Which is, they spent their R rating on the blood and gore.
Yep.
Because some of the stuff was creative. When that guy's wrist bent back and he killed him with his own ball.
The kill, awesome. Definitely, the runtime, that's one thing I can't stress enough. The kills were awesome. Mm-hmm. The bus scene has to be the highlight of the movie, in my opinion. Seeing Sally from the original, I heard from some people that they didn't like that.
She's no Laurie Strode, as far as iconic characters
It worked for me, but on the other hand alright, if this happened to you, why the hell are you still living in Texas?
Yeah.
It's like she settled down. I don't remember exactly the first one, but
she was...
Were they from Texas? Or did
I just remember them being in a van.
She was like, I got this real wholesome family feeling. I think I'm going to move to Texas after all that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get, you want to kill the guy that put you through all that trauma, but...
Just let go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Wrap it up.
So, guys, final ratings out of 10. Matt, starting with you.
I think I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Carmela?
Really? I give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of the franchise, and this one was a fun, easy watch for me, so I give it an 8.
Yeah. I'm going to go actually right between you guys. I'm going to go 7 out of 10 on this one. I really did enjoy it. I was surprised. I was like, it captured me. Like, I had fun watching it.
Now I feel bad with the 6.5 because I enjoyed it too. But
I mean, it's just like you guys all said, my expectations were super low. I actually on Netflix, I couldn't find it. It wasn't even. It was the third recommended Texas Chainsaw to me.
After you said that, so the second I loaded up Netflix, boom, first thing popped up.
Maybe my algorithm's all fucked up.
No, I think it was like third on mine too.
It must just been me.
I watched it late. I think I probably watched it last out of everybody here, so it gave it some time to pop up onto the top. But hey.
Well, my wife and her sister probably screwed up my algorithm with all those reality shows. So.
Also, if you guys watch it on Netflix, it's in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos.
Yeah, it looked good.
It was a good stream. Netflix, they generally always have a good stream. I thought the sound was actually very good. The Atmos came through very well through the stream. I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And stick around for the post-credit scene because you get a little, I don't know if it's an Easter egg. I guess it's an Easter egg. I don't know if they're leaning towards a second movie, but...
I guess it would depend on budget and how much eyes got on this because
we'll see how it goes, but... Hey, it could go either way.
Carmela, you're a horror fan. This is your first time on the channel with us, so just tell us a little bit. Have you been watching horror your whole life? Like, what's the deal with you?
Yeah, my entire life. I have a young mom, so she took me to see Nightmare on Elm Street. That was probably one of my first movies in the theater that I've ever seen. Yeah, so ever since then I've been completely hooked. I'm covered in horror movie tattoos. I go to sleep watching horror. I wake up watching horror. I sound like a psychopath, but yes, I'm a big horror fan.
You're a real scream queen.
I am a scream queen, yes.
But anyway, as always, thanks for clicking on this video, and thanks to Carmela. She's going to be in a few of our videos in the coming weeks. So, as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends.